Michael, you know Alan Weisselberg well. How do you feel about what he did today, pleading guilty and he's going to go to prison?
Well, he had no other choice but to plead guilty, as Kara just stated. He was looking at 15 years based upon crimes that I had provided them documentation on that proved without a doubt that he would have been found guilty.
So you were instrumental in providing them evidence that they used against Alan Weisselberg?
Yes, I provided it to them. I provided it to the Southern District of New York. I provided it to the Attorney General. I talked about it, including the House Oversight Committee hearing.
So in that case, do you think that, knowing what you know, do you think that 5 months is too little time for whatever his crimes are?
100%. I mean, look, it's not my call. It's obviously the judge's call. The Southern District, the way they act and the way that the district attorneys in New York act, the judge, they get involved in the determination, whereas in my case it was not. So I don't want to comment about 5 minutes. Do I think it's too short? His numbers were higher than mine. I cooperated. I provided over 500 hours of testimony to 9 different congressional committees.
Yes.
And I got 36 months.
And what about this, Michael? He's not going to implicate his boss, Donald Trump.
So I disagree with that, and I'll tell you why. They're going to ask him questions, and they already know the questions that they want to ask, and the questions that they're going to ask, if he answers them truthfully, which if he doesn't, he's really a fool, because he is looking at spending the rest of his life behind bars, will ultimately implicate other people, not just Donald, but other people at the Trump org and in their business circles as well.
Okay, Ellie, your thoughts?
This is a bizarre cockamamie, if I can use the legal term for it, arrangement with Alan Weisselberg. This is partial cooperation. If there is a trial of the Trump Organization, which is scheduled for this fall, then Alan Weisselberg is going to testify against the organization, but his testimony will not be used against any of the people. And just so people understand, a criminal trial of an organization is just paper. The only penalties can be financial. Nobody goes to prison off that. And the way I was always raised as a prosecutor, and I think it's good prosecutorial practice, is you don't give people the option of halfway cooperation. We always used to say, Michael, I'm sure this was said to you at times, you're either fully in or we're not interested. And the problem with creating this sort of partway cooperation is, what's the next guy going to want? The next guy is going to come along and say, okay, prosecutors, I'd like to testify against A, B, and C, but not D, E, and F. That is not acceptable from a prosecutor's point of view.
Furthermore, isn't the Trump Organization Donald Trump? Aren't they synonymous?
It is. They're one and the same. It's his eponymous company. He is the president and CEO of the company. He owns 99.5% of all of the shares. The other 0.5, I think, is owned by a trust. It is his company, and there will be no way for Alan Weisselberg to answer questions honestly and truthfully without implicating Donald, the children, and others.
So it's just a face-saving measure, in other words, this arrangement, Ellie. Not possible?
Yeah, I think both ways. I think the district attorney gets to say, well, look, we convicted Alan Weisselberg. There's some value in that. He will go to prison.
Is this a win for the district attorney that it's 5 months and they...
It depends how high you set their goals. Look, clearly their goal when they started this was to indict Donald J. Trump. I think that's obvious. It seems quite clear to me that their goal in starting by indicting Alan Weisselberg was to try to flip him with the fear of, look, we have you on these financial crimes. We covered that together and talked about that is clearly the play, that clearly was the play, and now it has not worked because all the Alan Weisselberg's testimony, Michael's right. When he actually testifies, I don't know how you can tell the story of what happened at the Trump org without mentioning the individuals. But the deal here is they're not going to use him against any of those people. So I don't see it as a win either way.
And Michael, very quickly, they didn't flip Alan Weisselberg. What is it about Donald Trump that inspires such loyalty that somebody's willing to go to prison?
Yeah, stupidity is the only way I can describe it. I talk about that all the time. It's why I even ended up working for him. It was just stupidity. It was the lack of, better judgment. But Alan, as Ellie just said, Alan will ultimately be providing testimony that is against Donald. No matter how you want to parse it in words, it doesn't matter. He will be providing testimony, and this case is not over yet.